false start. Took the 10 yards like a champ, though. Thanks for joining me this Wednesday evening. I'm Lauren Gambino. The NFL is about to release this upcoming season schedule, and the Yankees beat Boston last night. So I'm a happy lady today. I'm also about to give away some cash, so you too can turn this day into a delightful one as well. New to HQ Sports? Welcome on in. Here's how this works. I'm going to take you through 12 rounds of sports-only trivia. The questions start easy, like a simple practice layup, and then get tougher, like a full-court heave when you're down by 2 with only seconds on the clock. If you can make it to the finish, then you win. Easy as that. Tonight we are playing for $1,000. Oh yes, it's a full grand, my friends. That's enough cash to start planning a little road trip to see your favorite football team when the schedules get released tonight, right? Or maybe for some upcoming hockey or basketball playoffs. Or, it'll be enough to put in a jar towards all of those things eventually, right? We are also in season 3 of HQ, which means we award points for every question you get right. The more points you earn, the faster you level up and earn free passes on questions, which means you can get a question wrong, but still move on, bringing you closer to winning. Pick up a points multiplier. That will get you those free passes even quicker. That way you could keep moving on up, earning those points, winning games, because that's what it's all about, right? We love to play, but we love to win even more. Before every game of HQ Sports, we do a little warm-up to get you nice and loose. Find us on Twitter at HQ Sports or drop your answer in the chat right now. Last night, we saw 2 teams get swept. That's my broom for you. And then there were 6. The Tampa Bay Lightning is out, and the Islanders showed the Penguins the door as well. In the last seconds of that game, we saw Bailey help secure the victory with an empty net goal. Ah, yes, that's always a crowd pleaser, huh? Well, at least on home ice it is, at least, right? So, with that news last night, we wanted to know, who do you have winning the Stanley Cup? At Nate's Mama 1128 says, the Dark Horse Blue Jackets. They're the hockey version of the 08-09 Giants. Love that. Love a good outlier. And Sandra Lynn, SL16, Tony Jordan, and Lisa all say the Maple Leafs. Yes, the last one was in 1967, so that'd be something, right? As always, thank you for playing along on Twitter and in the chat. Before we start, I have some fun news for you. In honor of the NFL Draft, we are drafting you to play a special HQ Sports game of NFL Draft Trivia. Oh yes, we're talking biggest moments, draft etiquette, and superstar players. That's going to be this Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with a special guest host. I'll give you some hints about who it is at the end of our game tonight, so you're going to want to stick around for that. All right, to the over 112,000 players ready to see if you have what it takes to be our next HQ Sports MVP. Let's do it. Round 1 starts right now. What is the name of the vehicle that leads a field of race cars until the beginning of the first lap? Love Bug, Pace Car, or Rocket Booster?
Anyone? That's what I
You can
thought.
use a rocket booster, right? Especially midweek.
Love Bug
Well,
is a
it also drives at a steady pace at the front during warm-up laps or during restarts after a crash. It's the pace car for you. Get it? Steady pace? Pace car? There it is. 87,459 of you getting that one right. It leads the pack, but it never actually competes against the pack. Kind of sounds like me, right? I'm your host and resident pace car. In a weird way. Round 2. In what category did Russell Westbrook lead the NBA during this regular season? Assists, points, or turnovers?
Anyone?
Russell Westbrook. Only one player averaged 10 assists this year, and if you know Russ's obsession with the triple-double, you know it had to be him. His 10.7 assists per game were 2 ahead of Kyle Lowry, who finished second. Ah, yes, assists is the answer here at round number 2. 54,258 of you getting that one right. Oh boy, we got a long ways to go here. 10 questions left, but before we move on, speaking of assists, you can give yourself a major one right now by picking up an extra life. There's nothing worse than getting out on a question you thought you knew. Actually, there's one worse thing. Not having an extra life to get you back in the game. So pick one up right now so you don't get TKO'd and left with little stars or birds flying around your head, all right? Round 3. Before this year's Masters, what was the last major won by Tiger Woods? Masters, US Open, or PGA Championship? Big Tiger news all weekend, right?
It's probably A.
Get on Twitter, Instagram, nothing without seeing Tiger Woods in red, right? Well, the last time Tiger won at Augusta was in 2005, and that gap between victories is the longest in Masters history. His last major overall, obviously before this one, was the 2008 US Open. Oh yes, it was the US Open, and now we saw him put that green jacket on at the Masters in 2019, but before that it was the US Open. That's your answer here at round number 3. 48,452 of you getting that one right. And it just is such a killer comeback story, right? Name another comeback story that you loved in the chat right now. Comeback athlete, whichever. Round 4. What team tied the modern record for wins in an NHL season this year? The Winnipeg Jets, the Tampa Bay Lightning, or the Washington Capitals? Who's taking home the cup this year? Well, only the 95-96 Red Wings had as many wins as this year's Tampa Bay Lightning, who had 62. Yeah, they were going pretty strong there for a while. Favorites, right? Well, it looks like they might have used up all their wins a little too quickly. The favorites were just swept by Columbus. And last night, 7-3, no less. Tampa Bay Lightning is your answer here. 65,374 of you getting that one right. Yes, it was their first 4-game losing streak this season. And now that season is sadly over for them. Not over for you. We got a lot of game left. Round 5 coming at you. The player ranked number 1 on this year's ESPN World Fame 100 plays what sport? Soccer, mixed martial arts, or basketball?
Oh my goodness.
According to ESPN, LeBron clocks in at number 2. He's the highest ranked basketball player and highest ranked American. Conor McGregor was number 5. And the rest of the top 5 were all soccer players, with Cristiano Ronaldo topping the list at number 1. Does it surprise you? Of course not. Soccer is your answer here. At round number 5. And 57 of you getting that one right. I gotta give a shout out to the Tottenham Spurs. They're going to their first ever semi-final. What a match that was today. Round 6. Among non-pitchers, who holds the MLB record for most consecutive at-bats without a hit? Todd Hundley, Adam Dunn, or Chris Davis? This is probably the most notable record to fall so far in this young season, with 54 at-bats in a row passed before the Orioles' Chris Davis, that's Chris with a C, got his first hit. Then he got 3 in that game, bringing his average all the way up to, still under 100. Wow, 59,547 of you knew that one. Chris Davis, oh yes. Woo, we're halfway there now, team. You got second half of this game to go. Can you hang with me for the win? Q7, round 7, here it is. Where did Venus and Serena first face off in a Grand Slam final? New York, France, or England?
Anyone? Yeah, I want New York.
It's gotta be weird playing your sibling, right? Venus and Serena, Elaine Payton. Well, Venus and Serena faced each other in 4 straight Grand Slam finals, covering Australia, France, England, and the U.S. But the very first time, it was in New York City, right here, at the 2001 U.S. Open. Oh yeah, their first face-off was in New York. 33,426 of you getting this one right. Wow, knocking out over 42,000 of you here at round number 7. What do you do as a parent when you have 2 kids going against each other? You can't play favorites, right? But you know you have a favorite. I'm looking at you, all the parents playing right now. I want you to drop the name of your favorite child in the chat right now. Mom and Dad, if I don't see my name, ooh, you're getting a phone call after this. Round number 8. What team had the first player to reach 10 home runs this season? Los Angeles Dodgers, the Oakland Athletics, or the New York Yankees? I don't want to see no one say, I don't have a favorite. You know you do. Well, at this point, it shouldn't be a surprise. The man has hit over 40 homers 3 years in a row and is Mr. Consistency with 4 straight seasons of hitting 247. No, literally hit 247 for 4 straight seasons.
My game froze up.
Server issues.
But I still see like the stuff moving at the bottom.
Kind of slow.
A lot of people are saying glitch and froze.
So does their server.
Hey, maybe we'll do the game over again.
Hi, Kyra.
Somebody said go fix the rabbit ears.
All right. We had to do a little bit of a score update for you. That's why we had to freeze for a second. The Tigers are up 2-1 against the Pirates. The Indians 1-0 to the Marinades. And I'm trying to get the Yankees score too, but something is happening in New York. Oh, it's 3-1 still. Thanks. Red Sox are currently leading. All right. Oakland Athletics was the answer to this question. I'm sorry. Just have to talk about it for a little bit. Oakland A's is your answer here. 15,331 of you getting this one right, knocking out over 25,000 of you here. Is this enough to call it, Gab? It's not enough to call it, guys. Don't worry. You let this one slide through. You bobbed and weaved, and now you're at round number 9. Which of these events has not had a teenage champion? UFC, British Open, or Men's Wimbledon? Are you going to be a teenage champ tonight or an adult champ? My money's on the adults because, they just know more. Well, young Tom Morris really lived up to his name, winning the British Open at 17, 18, and 19. Boris Becker won Wimbledon at 17, but the youngest UFC champ ever was John Jones, who took the title at 23 years old in 2011. UFC is your answer here at round number 9. 12,889 of you knew that one. Yeah, I don't know the specific age requirements of the UFC, but I would think that it would be frowned upon to have someone under the age of 18 hopping in that octagon. All right, we got a couple more left. We're at the final quarter here. Round 10, here it is. Before Grant Williams, who was the last back-to-back SEC men's basketball player of the year? Corliss Williamson, Joakim Noah, or Shaquille O'Neal? Shaq was a 2-time winner, but the last back-to-back player of the year in the SEC was Big Nasty Corliss Williamson of Arkansas. Arkansas. Corliss Williamson is your answer here. 5,832 of you knew that. He was a power forward on the Razorbacks' only national championship team as well. All right, over 5,000 of you. We got 2 more left. Do you have what it takes? Let's find out. Round 11. This offseason, which NFL team lost its leading receiver in terms of yardage for this past season? The New York Giants, the New England Patriots, or the Pittsburgh Steelers? So many changes happened this offseason, right? Now we're about to get the schedule tonight. The draft is next week. It's all too much, right? No, it's not enough. Never. We know Gronk called it a career, but he was 4th on the roster in receiving yards. The Steelers lost Antonio Brown. He had to be leading them, right? No, it was actually Juju Smith-Schuster. He was their leading man in 2018. OBJ led the Giants, of course, as a receiver last year, and now he's off to visit Baker Mayfield for who knows how long in Cleveland. New York Giants was his old team. 4,027 of you getting that one right. Our producer Laura was pretty upset about this. Are you still feeling? Oh, she's giving me the eyes like this. She is still not feeling this OBJ situation in Cleveland. All right, so over 4,000 of you made it to the final round. All this hard work, grit, and determination to get you to this point right here. Oh, yes, you worked so hard. You knew so much. Is it all for nothing? Or are you going to become HQ Sports MVP? Let's find out. Round 12. In what Division I sport has a single college won the last 4 consecutive national championships? Women's soccer, men's wrestling, or men's volleyball? This is where it matters most. It's hard to dominate a sport more than Penn State has dominated at this sport. In the past 4 years, they have won every team title. And if not for Ohio State in 2015, PSU would have had 9 men's wrestling titles in a row. Men's wrestling is your answer here on the final round. And we have 1,562 new HQ Sports MVPs. Congratulations! Oh, yes, 1,562 winners. That's what I'm talking about. Dadler, 60. James, 03. Roxy, all of you there. It looks like you are all taking home a prize of about 64 cents. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I know what you're going to say, but it's 64 cents more than you started this game with. Oh, yeah. Vine Queens, 64 cents is coming your way. KM Troyer 1, all the way from Wrigley Field. I see you there. 64 cents is coming your way as well. JWP 28, you're smiling. You're happy. You just filled your pockets just a little bit more, and that's what we like to see. Congrats again to all of our new HQ Sports MVPs. What a game! Hey, think you can go for the Triple Crown tonight? It's 90s week here at HQ, so stick around for 90s music trivia, followed by words at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope there's Green Day. Hey, and make sure you check back into HQ Sports on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's our NFL draft game. Oh, yes, that's going to be a fun one. You're going to want to come back and see who our special guest host is. As promised, here's a hint for you. Former athlete, current TV star. You won't want to miss it. All right, now I got to get my hands on that NFL schedule and start booking some flights. Until next time, I'm Lauren Gambino. Remember to hydrate, focus, and keep your head in the game.